Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number, the forecast for June 2024. So June is coming in hot, and for us in the Northern Hemisphere, we are stepping into the summer months. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, I know things are a lot colder. But it is interesting because as we enter into summer here in the Northern Hemisphere, I just found out that I have an allergy to grass. So it's making things interesting as people cut their yards. So curious if anybody out there has a similar allergy and how do you manage it during the spring, summer, and fall? Especially if you're an outdoorsy type of person like I am. So anywho, let's get into the forecast. But before we do that, this of course is a general forecast. If you're interested in your own personal numerology to find out more about the energies that you came here to work with in this lifetime, your current forecast, upcoming forecast, any of the good stuff, then book some time with me. I would love to work with you and take a look. All right, let's get into the June 2024 forecast. Life path number 3. Okay, so what do you all have going on? You are working with some really powerful energy this month. So you have the energy of the 8, and you also have for your animal wisdom message, the energy of the Phoenix. So Phoenix rising. And these two coupled together there's just such powerful, big powerhouse type of energy. And so I really think there's a theme here this month that has to do with you claiming your power in some area of life. So, it could be anything. It could be a situation where someone has power over you or some level of control or manipulation over you. And you're able to, move out of that situation and claim your power back. It could be an area where you have been putting yourself in a self-imposed prison and you're breaking free this month. Could be something where in your career, maybe you're not being appreciated, recognized, your values not being seen. And so you're making some kind of moves that either get you out of that situation into a more aligned situation, or you're speaking up for yourself and taking up more space, sort of claiming more space. Anytime we have 8 energy coupled with Phoenix rising, this is definitely like you emerging as in your power. This is empowerment to its fullest. Not abusing that power and not having power over another, but claiming your space and really taking up that space, owning it. You have something to say. And this is a month where you could have an opportunity. I mean, it's not even about you having an opportunity. It's about you creating the opportunity to use your voice, to get your message out there, to share your wisdom and what it is that you want to share with the world. If this is a relationship that's been quite toxic, this could be you standing up for yourself and making changes to that situation and not putting up with anything that you don't have to put up with. It's really that kind of powerful dynamic of having sort of hit rock bottom and climbing your way back up to the top and emerging. Like this is an emergence type of energy where, you see your worth, you see the value that you bring to the world, you see the value in your contributions, and you're not going to minimize who you are. You're not going to make yourself small. You're really like coming out full force this month, or you have the opportunity to. Let's say that, because again, the energy can be present. It's what we do with it that makes the difference. But this is such big energy that I feel like if you're not taking advantage of it, you will feel that push to really do that, right? To not wait for the world to hand you what you need to be successful or to feel whole or whatever, but really just emerging as, I'm claiming this, I'm making this happen, I'm stepping into this. Very powerful, beautiful energy. And what comes from this, is from this level of confidence that I feel like you'll have from this experience. People can see that and they respect that, right? The people who don't respect it, that's another story. And those, you don't have to worry about those people because they're not even going to be in your sphere under this energy. This is more about, you emerging as the powerhouse that you are and attracting the people who have respect for that and not having really the time for the people who don't. So very, very powerful energy. I love this. And because 3 is such a creative type of energy, this can really boost your creativity and how you see yourself and your contributions and what it is that you want to put out into the world. So where you may have been lacking confidence, where you might have been like sort of beating yourself up or feeling like, dismissing your ideas. This is such a powerful month to be like, you know what? I do have some great things to say, and I do have some great things to do in this world, and I'm going to do them. And the people who are on board and who can see that will, get on the train. The ones who don't, well, they'll be left at the station, and it's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. There's no resentment there. It's all good. So I love this. You could also see, because of Phoenix and because of this 8 energy, you could see a huge surplus when it comes to money, resources, also influence. So if you're somebody who has like a creative outlet, like, a YouTube channel or something like that, you could see a huge influx in sort of the notoriety or, the people who sort of see and recognize you and see the value. Again, it's a general reading, but there's a very strong potential for that. And it doesn't even really matter about that. Like, it doesn't really come back to that. It's more about like, how do you feel when you're putting out your creative, stuff? How do you feel when you're sharing your voice? Because that's ultimately your gauge. That's ultimately what you need to bring it back to, is how do you feel about it? If you don't feel good, then, that's the messaging you're putting out there. The energy. If you do feel good, then yeah, great. You're on the right path. Keep going. And the people who align with that will find you. The right people will find you. But I do love this. I see this as such an empowering energy on just every level. Just remember, because with the 8, there's always this element of integrity. So make sure that what you are putting out there, what you do sort of share with the world, your interactions, just make sure there's integrity behind it, right? Like, come back to your why. Why am I doing this? Why am I putting this out into the world? What's the reasoning? Typically with 8 energy, there's sort of this, because, on its side is the infinity sign. So it's like this energy of, things coming in, but then also circulating back out. So I would say whatever kind of comes in for you this month, you're meant to circulate that in some way. So if you feel empowered this month, how can you share that and help to uplift and empower and inspire others in some way? So it's very much like circulating that energy in a beautiful way. If you come into a tremendous amount of resources or money this month, then because it's in an 8 cycle, it's going to ask you to, take what you need, do what you want with it, but also circulate it in some way, share it with others, help open doors for others. That's a big one with the 8 energy, because if you're in a powerful position, the biggest thing that you can do is to open doors for others so that they can step into their power as well. And step into an opportunity that they might not have had you not open the door for them. So being in the position to be able to do that. So a lot of responsibility comes with both Phoenix and the 8 energy. But ultimately it's, first we have to feel empowered and we have to be empowered before we can help to uplift, empower, inspire others. So beautiful month for you all this month of June. Definitely take advantage of it. And if you are someone who has just moved through a very difficult time and you're just starting to emerge as that Phoenix, this can feel so much lighter, like so much is being dropped off your plate, right? Like you can feel good. Let's just put it that way. So enjoy that. You've obviously worked really hard for it. So I hope it's a great one. Take care, 3s. Bye for now.